You're watching Talk Meaning, and I'm your CJ. Welcome back to another album ranking, and today's album ranking will be of the discography of Steel Panther, one, if not the best band in modern day glam, bringing the 80s to the 2000s in the best way possible, with more actual records than the 80s bands themselves. Yeah, this video is going to be less cringe than the old video, so buckle up, get yourself some popcorn, go put on a video game or something and just listen. Number 6 is going to be All You Can Eat from 2013. Not much to say about this album other than the cover art. When the first thing you see is the Steel Panther version of The Last Supper, you know it's going to be a great fucking record. You know it's going to be the same old dirty shit from before. Shit as in good shit, not bad shit. There's a difference. But yeah, for me, what makes this one of my least favorites is the songs are not consistent. Yeah, the songs are not consistent all the way through. There's some songs that I can skip over. Some songs that are like one of the best, some of the best of their career. Like BBS, Glory Hole, and Gaming at the Old Folks Home. And then my favorite being Bukkake Tears. Don't want to waste too much time on this one. Just want to say, yeah, this one's the bottom. This one's my least favorite. And yeah, I spent least amount of time on that one. So I can go into more detail with the 5 that are above it. And that one is an 8.5 out of 10. It's the only one that actually is below a 10. Number 5, Lower the Bar from 2017. The same old thing that Steel Panther fans eat up. Much better than the previous effort, with songs being more memorable and better structured. The riffs are 10 times better than on the previous effort because the previous was lacking in punch power. That's another thing to add to the All You Can Eat, is it just was lacking in punch power. Poontang Boomerang, I Got What You Want, Everything Goes are the best songs, but my favorite song here is That's When You Came In and Blew Me, one of the most inventive fucking songs that you could ever come up with. And yeah, like a double-edged sword here with the song. It's like dirty one half, and if you take the other half off, it's just like When You Came In, like, oh, you're so supportive, and then the other half is You Blew Me. Like, and you blew me away. That's how the song goes, so yeah. Very inventive, very great. I absolutely love that. Nowhere near the best, but there's nothing wrong to be heard other than what the lyrics are about. And yeah, what the lyrics are about is all Steel Panther, and yeah. Here we go with the newest album from 2023. This is the album from the band that doesn't get... It's another one that doesn't get enough praise for. It usually gets shit on by the critics because, yeah. This is an album from a band that doesn't seem to give a shit what you think. And they will do what they do. They will do what they do, and they've been doing it since 2009, since their first album. Not giving a shit really works for Steel Panther, as their last 2 albums have been so unorthodox and weird, to say the least, with all the pop culture references and off-the-wall shit. Like, this is probably my favorite band recently for releasing from the last, like, 4 years. And that's why. If most bands had the balls to do what Steel Panther does, the scene would look a whole lot better. But yeah, everybody's worried about, like, how the heads of, like, record companies and other shit's gonna take their music and kind of, like, edit their music, edit their ideas to make sure that they're gonna fit within the realms of what's, like, acceptable from the record labels. And yeah, Steel Panther doesn't do that because Steel Panther rocks. And yeah, it's their own record company. It's their own. They produce their own records, or they put out their own albums. So independent, basically. Yeah, for Steel Panther's sake, the critics that say this band sucks must have their heads up their ass, and they don't know what they're listening to. Because, yeah, this is a quality album. I absolutely love this album. I think it's absolutely quality, and it's one of the best of this year. Best song here is On Your Instagram. Other great songs are Never Too Late to Get Some Pussy, Friends with Benefits, another reference to, like, modern day culture with Friends with Benefits, and 1987, which is a song all about 1987, the best albums that came out that year, with, like, referencing like Ozzy biting the head off a bat, and Still of the Night, and yeah, and they also reference Poison as well. So yeah, 1987 is also one of my favorite songs on that record. So yeah. Number 3, Balls Out from 2011. I like the first album, but not as good. Not a sophomore slump to say the least, but the themes have stayed the same with pop culture references like Angry Birds, Tiger Woods, and even referencing Chris Brown. Yeah, it goes there. And yeah, it's the same offensive and sexual thing that was on their first record, just not as good, but still pretty fucking good. There are some gems on this album, like It Won't Suck Itself, Why Can't You Trust Me, and Weenie Ride. Weenie Ride being like probably one of my top 10 favorite Steel Panther songs, or even top 5. It's just such a fucking weird song. It's so good. Best song here is 17 Girls in a Row. It was almost Weenie Ride. Weenie Ride is a close second. So yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this album. It comes in at number 3, and it was basically along the lines of their first record, so it's kind of like there. Number 2, Heavy Metal Rules from 2019. I don't get the hate this album gets. It's more references to pop culture than before, and the songs are more fun than ever. It's a break in the formula that they've been going at for a while. The album is filled... This album has that feel of a band that just doesn't give a shit about what people want and what people say. And they don't have a direction here. And they write about whatever the fuck comes to mind. You have some off-the-wall shit like Pick Up After Your Mastiff and other stuff like that on Fuck Everybody. It's just an off-the-wall album. And you don't see that too often, and you don't get that enough. And for some reason, I just connect with this record because, like, yeah, I'm an off-the-wall person. And I like off-the-wall shit. And this is off-the-wall can get. Truly a let-loose masterpiece for all that it is. At number 2, it's going to end up at number 2 because, yeah, number 1 is... My favorite song is always going to be A Hoe. Just fucking love that song. The solo on it, Always Gonna Be a Hoe. It's just such a fucking great song. And other standouts are Gods of Pussy, All I Want to Do Is Fuck Myself Tonight, Fuck Everybody, like mentioned before, and Heavy Metal Rules. Absolutely love this album. I know a lot of people hate it. I know a lot of people have spoke out on it, like, oh, this album sucks. But, bro, Steel Panther is not going to be serious, and if people are judging them on how not serious they are, there's something wrong here, and they should just stop talking, honestly, because, yeah, Steel Panther is going to be Steel Panther, and that's the brand they built. Number 1, of course, is Feel the Fire from 2009, the infamous album by Steel Panther that is one of the most offensive albums ever concocted, other than the Chris Brown reference from Balls Out. That was pretty uncalled for, but still Steel Panther-esque. In the spirit and sound of 80s glam metal, this album brings all the qualities of the 80s to the 2000s. It's just such a great album. It just has so much, different riffing qualities and all this. What separates this album from the 80s bands is it's straight to the point dirty and isn't, a play on words dirty like the 80s bands like Rat does and some points in Whitesnake's career and Motley Crue. This is basically straight to the point dirty, and yeah, packs no we're gonna tone it down. No, it's straight to the front, talking about pussy and talking about all this dirty shit. That's all it is. The album shows, unlike other comedy bands, yeah, they're considered a comedy band. I definitely wouldn't think they're a comedy band. They're a band. I lump comedy bands in with, yeah, as you get with them. Steel Panther is just fantastic at what they do, and they're just fantastic musicians. I've seen other comedy bands that are not that way, and just absolutely suck live. This band is not one of them. I've seen them live before, and they're fantastic live. Probably on my top 10 favorite bands to ever see live. Yeah. You will love to see this band live. This is one of the best ones to see. And yeah, best song on this album is the whole fucking thing, with songs like Asian Hooker, Community Property, Death to Wall But Metal, The Shocker, Turn Out the Lights with M Shadows from Avenged Sevenfold. And yeah, party all day, fuck all night. This is just great shit. Honestly, great stuff. So, that's what I think of the Steel Panther discography. Hope everyone liked it. And yeah, I'll see everyone whenever I decide to upload again, which, who knows. But, till next time.